Hello guys, my name is Coach Hayes and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be reviewing Yznsa Pharah, seeing what makes him such a great player and seeing why he's the rank 1 Pharah in the world. I believe right now he is rank 1 on EU, but I believe overall he is rank 1 in terms of his SR. So very impressive. I believe he's had numerous rank 1 finishes. Yeah, look at that, 4711 SR, 4720 SR with a peak of 4734. That is incredible. The win rates here on the Pharah is also just insane. Overall, 59% win ratio. That's incredible. So yeah, today we're going to be looking at what makes him such a good Pharah and why he is rank 1. So I'm going to try my best to kind of break down everything he's doing, as well as all of the things relevant, like his team composition, the enemy team composition, that kind of thing. He is a wash Pharah. Wash. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce, but you know, I try my best. So, before we get into it, let's take a look at both team compositions. So we can see that we have Team 1, Yzn's team. I'm going to call it Team Yzn. We have a Winston, we have a D.Va, we have an obviously a Pharah, Ashe, Ana, and a Mercy. So obviously the Mercy is going to be hard-pocketing Yzn. Most people know Yzn. They know how cracked his Pharah is, so they opt to pretty much always pocket Yzn. And this is kind of like a thing that most good players know this. The Ana is also really good for playing with Pharah. Obviously the Ana, really good pocket. And with the nano, it opens up a lot of opportunities for Yzn to go a lot more aggressive. So throughout this game, we're probably going to see a lot of the nanos going towards Yzn. And that's going to allow him to be more aggressive in his positioning and taking his 1v1s. This is a ranked game. Yeah, this is a ranked game. This is from the ladder. Unfortunately, it's very difficult for us to find scrim footage, mostly because the teams, they're not too happy with obviously sharing their scrim footage because it's confidential information. So this is from the ladder, but as you can see here, we have a lot of good players. Jaro, contenders player, Aussie, ZZZ, I know this, I think these are a lot of Smurf accounts. This is, I'm not going to leak, but a lot of these people are contenders players. Obviously LH Cloudy, previous Overwatch League player. A lot of very good players in this lobby. This is pretty stacked. So let's get into this. One thing we're going to be paying attention to here is actually one of the things that makes Yzn so good is his positioning and how he can position. Because a lot of people when they play Pharah, they have a lot of troubles versus hit scan versus echo. And one of the things that makes Yzn such a good player is the way he is using the natural cover that he has to avoid being in line of sight until he wants to take the 2v1 or the 2v2. So let's watch kind of how he's playing off the beginning. He's playing on this top bit, just getting some spam. Obviously you can see he has the full pocket. So let's pause for a second. We looked at Yzn's comp. Let's now look at Team 2. So Team 2, they have a Winston, they have a Zarya, they have a Zen, Ashe, Mercy, and a Tracer. So Yzn is going to have to play potentially very careful versus this comp. They have Discords and they have a damage boosted pocketed Ashe. So he might potentially have a very tough time in playing here as the Pharah. So I want to see how he's actually going to deal with this, because they have a lot of threat and a lot of pressure on him. So right now he's kind of playing on this position here to avoid the line of sight on the Ashe main. He knows the Ashe is going to be looking for him, so he's kind of playing this line of sight here where it's very difficult for their Ashe to take this angle. If the Ashe wants to take the angle, she's going to have to be on top here, or she's potentially going to have to be in this window. And if she's in this window, she's going to be getting potentially shot by the Ana. He's going to be spamming, but he's kind of trying to avoid this line of sight right now. He just wants to spam, I think. See there, he's using the rocket, just the rocket jump to get some height, saving his shift cooldown for if he needs it. That was really good, actually. He's using this, again, he's using this rooftop here to totally deny this Ashe from getting line of sight. And obviously when he's closed the gap on the Ashe, He's then going to have a close range fight with the Ashe, where he can obviously two-shot, and the Ashe is going to have a much more trickier time like taking that 2v2 close range. The Ashe wants to be long range, where she can use her hit scan, and Yznsa wants to be as close as possible, where he can actually take this 2v2 and just kind of get 2 splash damage rockets, or 2 directs, close range directs, and take him out. So the enemy Ashe backs off. He also backs off, using his concussion. Again, he backs off back to this position he backs off over to this position where he can avoid line of sight of the Ashe. Let's see what he does from here. I think we missed some details there. So he comes to the left, the Tracer pressures him. He's getting healed, so he's fine. Now he sees the Ashe is coming in. Now if he stays in this position, he's going to have a tough time versus the Ashe, right? So he has to make a decision here on what he's going to do. Is he going to push the Ashe, or is he going to go defensive? And so that was a really nice maneuver. He repositioned himself closer to the Ashe, again where he's going to have a favorable duel versus this Ashe. If he stays at range from here and tries to shoot the Ashe, this is not going to work out for him. Obviously, he has a projectile. So he's playing to engage close to the Ashe here and take a close 2v2 where he's going to have a favored fight. And now the Ashe is in main, so he's just trying to avoid this Ashe line of sight. Like the Ashe is having a tough time getting access to him from here, so he's just playing to avoid the Ashe line of sight. Get some good damage down on the Zarya there. Trying to deny the res with his concussion mine. Right now I think he's pretty just trying to stall and like buy time. He does look for the opening, see if he can get on the Ashe, but she's aware of his position, so he can't go there. And he's just putting like a high priority on his life here. He doesn't want to go in and just die. So he's just trying to see if he can buy time and wait. But they capped the point, so he's just going to have to get out here and reset. Really nice use of the rocket on the floor there, and the shift usage. You see the timing on this? It's not as easy as it looks to get the timing there. Shoot the floor, rocket. Obviously he's going to get healed by the Mercy, so he doesn't care about the self damage. Oh no. Okay. And so that was an aerial assassination. Like, they had no clue until last minute when it's too late. So nice use of barrage there from Yznsa. Notice how he didn't shoot until the last minute when, obviously... And you see there, he fired off a left click before he went for the barrage, just to get that extra damage down. Like, he fires a left click and then goes straight for the barrage, so he can get max damage on this Ashe. And he pretty much one-shots her there with the barrage and left click. And then obviously he's getting pocket, he nukes down the Zen, and nice cleanup on the Mercy there. I think he's a Pharah OTP. I've seen him play other heroes pretty well. It's definitely his best hero is Pharah by far. And to be honest, I see no reason for him to need to play other heroes. He kind of has figured out how he needs to play the Pharah in almost every matchup. And this is one of the great things about people that play a lot of one hero. They understand how to play the hero versus different matchups. This is the one thing that a lot of people struggle with in Overwatch, is they don't know how to play versus certain matchups. They do really well into some matchups, but then they don't realize how they should play into others. And the only way you can learn that is through trial and error and testing and seeing what works. Thanks for the follows, guys. So they win the fight. Really nice barrage there from Yznsa. He's taking a longer angle now. He's taking a longer angle. And it seems like he's just happy to spam from here. Did he boop the bob off? He did. He booped the bob off to stop it contesting. That was really nice. So he's playing long angles to spam. You can see how clumped they are here. So this is like a really nice angle for him to spam. Because all of these damage boosted rockets are just going to do so much work here. So much work. Nice move on the bob. And again, this is exactly where he wants to be, right? He wants to take these close range 2v2s where he's got damage boost. And obviously for the Ashe, it's harder to take those 2v2s because the Ashe can't dodge his rockets. So he's always choosing to take these really aggressive fights. And closing the gap between him and his hit scan, him and his threat. Because the main threat for him in the enemy comp is going to be the Ashe, the damage boosted Ashe. And obviously Discords are really annoying for him, but it seems to be he just wants to take very aggressive positions where he's not giving their hit scan any space to breathe. He can play Echo in top tier as well. I haven't seen his Echo. His Mercy gets discorded there. See how he takes the 2v2. Goes for the rocket melee. Okay. So Tracer fell off the map. This should be interesting to see how he plays this, because he has no Mercy right now. Mercy is back with the Ana. I want to see how he plays this. Again, notice this. He's getting close range. He's going very close range here and trying to take this 1v1. He uses the concussion there to try. I think he uses concussion to try and displace the McCree, make it harder for him to track or land some shots. Yeah. But the McCree hit almost every shot there, I think. So he takes the 1v1. They're coming back, they have nano Pharah barrage. This should be, I mean, this is going to be difficult, honestly. He's coming back to point. Their aggro is all on him. He has no one on point. This is going to be like a desperation barrage. I don't think this is going to work out. But, you know, he has to go for this anyway. This is like a last ditch scenario. And yeah, they just shut him down very quickly there. In your opinion, is Echo a better Pharah than a hit scan? Better Pharah counter than a hit scan? I think Echo definitely gives the Pharah a lot of problems. Yeah, I think it could be. It definitely could be, Sama. I'm not entirely sure though. I think the Echo is definitely a good answer to the Pharah. Whether it is better than a hit scan, I think it depends on the map, I would say. For example, open maps like Junkertown, I think you're just better off running a hit scan because that map is too open. And a big part of Yznsa's strategy here is he wants to use this natural cover, right? He wants to play behind the cover. He wants to avoid the line of sight of their DPS, their hit scans. That way, he's going to obviously get value and then close the gap. But on Junkertown, it's very difficult for him to do that, right? Because there isn't a lot of high ground rooftops he can play behind, a lot of like line of sight he can play behind. He's kind of restricted to playing on low ground. I guess on first point, but on second and third, he has a little bit more flexibility with that. I think it was worth for him to stay on the Pharah there, just to try and go for that. Like, such a good combo like Nano Barrage, I think you have to. Okay, so let's see. So, a few changes to the comp. Team 1, we now have Winston Zarya. Still running the Ashe and the Pharah. Still with the same support line, Ana, Mercy. Team 2 are running something a little bit different here. Obviously, the McCree swap towards the end there. He was on Ashe to begin with. He's now on McCree. They also have an Echo now to try and deal with the Pharah. So I wonder if we're going to see more pocket from Aussie onto the Echo to try and deal with Yzin's Pharah. Still have the Zen. We have A10 on the Zarya and Jaru still on the Winston. I'm really interested to see how he gets in on this map and how he specifically plays versus the Echo. Because Echo is a good answer to the Pharah. So he's hyper aware of this Echo now. Oof. Okay. Because the Echo is playing in an open position, he doesn't have to do anything here actually. This team just win. The main thing there is he was just aware of the Echo. Because obviously if that Echo lands 1 or 2 stickies, he's going to instantly start beaming. And with that beam, you cannot heal through the beam. The Echo beam is too much damage. Especially when you add in the damage boost.
I'm so scared.
Okay, so he's taking a flank, left side. Gets a nice direct there on the Ashe. Wow, okay. So he just takes the Ashe straight out. Is he going to try and boop the res? No, he's not. So he uses concussion there a lot more defensively. Oh, that was disgusting actually. That was naughty. So you see how the Echo landed a few stickies there and went straight for the beam? He uses concussion to get straight out of that beam range. Because the beam range has been nerfed now. You can see the beam range. So you'll see this a lot. He's always using concussion defensively versus the Echo to try and get himself out of that beam range. Because that's almost the only way he dies, to beam. He only dies to beam here. So really smart usage of his, really disciplined use of his concussion there. And he just lands 2 really nice directs. There's no way you can stop that. I think Aussie might be dead as well. That's really, really bad for the defending team. I think they might just take the point now. He's going to go super aggressively. Yeah, and the team just kind of, just off the back of those 2 picks, the team take all of the space. Okay. I think maybe a slight misplay there. I was expecting him to take the high ground after this. But when he's pressuring the Echo, he hears the McCree. I was honestly expecting him to take the high ground here and just kind of wait for them to touch point, but I guess they've lost a few, so he has to continue capping point and put the pressure there. The Ashe is still in a really dominant position here. And she's got Bob coming soon. This is still very winnable, actually. This is... maybe not now. Yeah, they're going to reset. The McCree got so much value there on the retake. He got 2 picks. Welcome to the stream, guys, if you're coming in a little bit late. This is going to be uploaded to YouTube afterwards. Yes. So... if you can't watch now, you'll also be able to check on my YouTube within a few days. So, we have Nano Barrage coming up soon. IBTB has his Nano coming up. Yznsa's 15 off Barrage. Team 1 has a lot of ults here. This is going to be tough for Team 2 to hold this. A Grav coming up, Primal. Start off with a Bob to point. Wow. He just goes balls to the walls with that one. And you can see right there the power of the Nano Pharah. You can see the power of the Nano Pharah there. That's just insane. I think maybe he's... It did look a little awkward on his engage, but he made it work. I want to see where the McCree was there, because I was honestly expecting the enemy McCree to be in a position like this. I'm wondering where the McCree was. You go with Bob to point. McCree is flanking? Yeah, he's flanking. Okay. So the team gets kind of split in two there, and they just simply cap. Nice grab from Sensitix. And they just cap. And a pretty nice execution there from Yezin. I was expecting more resistance from Team 2. With like a barrage on with McCree on the high ground, but there wasn't anything to really deal with him there. So the nano barrage, the nano Pharah is just, it's so scary to deal with. Like if you're playing a hit scan and you know that he's coming with nano barrage, it's terrifying. So he's 14% just from spamming the doorway. Again, notice how he's playing these angles here where it makes it so difficult for this McCree to get a kill on him. Because if the McCree peeks, he's peeking into the exact position where this Pharah spam is coming through. So this is going to be so difficult for the McCree to peek this. Just because of the way he's using this natural cover to avoid... Because maybe he can get shot once, right? He can get shot once, but after that one shot, he's going to dip behind the cover, and then he's going to come back out when he's been healed by the Mercy. So his position here makes it incredibly difficult for this McCree. Do you think Pharah OTP can play with organized contenders or our team? I mean, yeah, Yznsa is playing in a contenders team. His contenders team is doing very well right now. Oh hey, look, it's Dan's. Dan's is in the chat. Yo Hayes, I still have the replay code of our team with Ball and Yezin versus Cloudy and Smek's team official. If you want to look at it, let me know. Yeah, could you send me the code, dude, on Discord? I'll take a look after this one. Thank you, man. So the angles he's playing here, he's just playing to spam. He's not playing on the edge here. He's not getting too greedy with this pressure. He's just playing here to spam and hold pressure on this choke point, right? Because if we look here, his team are focused on controlling this position here. There is absolutely no need for Team 1 to go through this point, because this is the defending point, right? This is the choke point that they have control of. The attacking team, the hardest thing this attacking team have to deal with here is getting through this choke point. So the pressure that Yzin is creating here with just spamming and putting pressure on his choke is just extra pressure that red team have to deal with, on top of the fact that they have to get in through this choke point here. So really nice from Yzin, not overextending, just knowing exactly what he needs to do. He needs to spam the choke and put pressure. He hears the Tracer flanking. He does look for the one shot, because you can one shot with the damage boosted Pharah on the Tracer. But he decides not to bother. Landing a lot of good damage there on the Ana. That's just extra pressure that Mercy's gonna have to heal up. He does overextend. He does over position a little bit there, but again, because of how he's playing on the rooftops, it's not easy for him to get killed here, because he's just gonna back off when he gets shot twice. Took a very wide peek there. So he's playing more defensively. He sees that, I mean, the reason he's going defensively here, he's kind of reading the game state. He's reading how the fight is going. Let's look at the information we have here. What information Yezin has. I'm gonna go back real quick. So we can kind of like get into Yezin's thought process on why he's disengaging this and going back. So his Zarya is dead. He peeks aggressively, he gets shot, he's 30 HP there, he starts backing off. What information do we have? The Winston is getting nanoed, he hears the Tracer pressuring from behind, and this is clearly an opportunity where they want to walk in. They're walking in aggressively here. This is a nano Winston, he also sees Zarya's full charge here. So he knows that Team 2 are looking to go aggressive here. And so if they're looking to go aggressive, he needs to survive this initial momentum that they have, and try and stay alive and get in a position where he can survive. I also think he's probably disengaging a lot there so that his Mercy can potentially try and heal the Ana. He's playing an extremely defensive position, right? I think he's backing off so aggressively because he knows that his Mercy is going to have to go down and heal this Ana here. And so I think that's why he's going back defensively there. Because obviously if he's playing aggressively here and they're diving his Ana, his Mercy is going to have to drop back and heal. And this McCree can simply walk out and take an angle like this. And then his position here is obviously a lot worse because he's going to have to then back off and disengage. Otherwise, if he stays here, he's dead. So let's have a look. They lost the Ana. They lost their Winston. Ashe has killed the Tracer. So right now we are 3 versus I guess 5, because these two are going to be in pretty quickly. Again, the enemy McCree is controlling a really nice position there. Oh, that was so close to killing the Winston too. A little bit of an overextension there from the Zarya. Actually, if we again look at the choke points here, the choke point control that Yzin has. Yzin has control of... I hope you guys can see my cursor. I think you can. Yzin has control of this position here. So everything on this side is Team 1's control. This is the choke point that Team 1 is controlling right here. So when A10 pushes through, or sorry, B10 pushes through, it is A10. The bubble is not going to save him versus Nano Brush. And Zarya doesn't have enough burst to be able to take this pocketed Pharah down. I think he actually dies to splash damage here. But also really close to killing the Winston there too. Yeah, he gets res, but pretty futile. Okay, so we see him, he's getting back into his position. He's getting back into his position where he's trying to spam and just put pressure from a distance. They do have a nano coming up, so I'm curious to see if IBTB is going to go for the nano here. I can't pronounce that name, I'm sorry. I'm curious to see if he's going to go for the nano here, like Nano Pharah, without barrage, and just see if he can get some work done here. Nice use of these pillars here to avoid being in line of sight of this McCree. He's just ducking in and out of the pillars and just putting pressure here with the rockets, spamming from a distance. See how he's just playing the pillars really well here and just avoiding that line of sight on the McCree. Is it important that he plays close to the Ashe here, or is that just a coincidence? Are you talking about first point or this point here? Oh, sorry, on the first point defense, yeah, he's probably also grouping with his Ashe, but I actually think that side is better for the Pharah because it's kind of like another choke point that he can hold and control, and he has a platform. A lot more high grounds on that side, I would say. That's why he's trying to control it. So again, really nice usage of this pillar here to just avoid the line of sight on the McCree. The other great thing about this position is, if we look here, he's also in a position where if they want to shoot him, they need to walk up. And what happens when the enemy team walk up? Let's look what Cloudy's going to do. They walk out. Cloudy uses a nice bubble here. Really nice bubble here to zone off A10. A10 is not going to get any healing right here, obviously. The Winston bubble is zoning off all of A10's Ana heals, so Ana's not going to be able to heal this. Ana has a decision to make. Does he walk through the shield and try heal A10? Or does he just say, like, I got to give this up and just walk back? I think he's probably going to walk back and just let A10 try and survive. I believe. No, A10 doesn't have nano. Cloudy has nano. And that was a really nice bubble from Cloudy, just zoning off the Ana heals. There's a really nice isolation bubble there. I agree. Probably wouldn't recommend going near the nano Winston. And this is looking pretty futile for Charu. He is contesting with nano. Or... oh, he's just gonna go for it. He goes for the point blank. Point blank there. I feel like that was a misplay though. I think what would have been way better for him here is if he just... I'll show you. So, these guys have to come in, right? They have to come in. So, he knows they have to come in. I feel like he should just look for a barrage when these people walk in. And from here, he's avoiding the line of sight on anybody that's behind this. So anyone that comes through this choke is going to be getting pressured by this barrage. This is incredibly hard for them to deal with. Maybe he's afraid of the Tracer one clipping. He knows she's there. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, he goes for the barrage. He trades. He kills the Ana. Maybe he's thinking here it's 2 CP. He just wants to trade, get like 1 or 2 picks. But the position he goes in with barrage here, this is a quite easy res for Team 2. So, I feel like that was maybe a slightly misplay there. It looks like Team 2 are actually going to cap there. Yeah, I think they are. Wait, how does that Mercy not die? Yeah, this is very tough. I feel like he probably should have swapped there to stall hero, maybe. Then again, he is actually only playing Pharah Echo on this account, so maybe he's just happy to stay. Random question, but does Sigma's shield / Winston bubble block Bap's heal? Yes. Yeah. His projectile heal, it blocks, yeah. I think it also probably blocks the amp as well, if it's placed on the floor.
Attackers ready for battle. Goodbye. I will not waste this opportunity. How y'all doing?
Okay, so relatively similar compositions. Actually, I don't think there's been any swaps. Sorry, that's a lie. They're playing the Echo again on first point. Let's see if Kinder has changed anything here, because he got picked off relatively early there because of his positioning. It might have just been a really nice shot from Team 1's Ashe, but let's see if he's going to do something differently here. Yznsa just playing this high ground here. This is obviously a really nice spot for him, because he can just recharge his jets from here. He can use this high ground just to recharge his jets. And keep pressuring from here. The Ashe is in a really strong position there as well. The Ashe is not getting any pocket though, so the Echo just takes him out. One thing you could say about this is how much space and how much pressure the DPS are putting on. Let's look at Cloudy for a second here. Let's look at Cloudy and see how uncontested he is because of how focused the Team 2 Echo is on dealing with Yznsa. So Cloudy's coming in. Cloudy jumps in. He gets a Zarya bubble. Nice Zarya bubble from Sensitix. Notice that Cloudy does not use his Winston bubble yet. He doesn't want to layer his Winston bubble with his Zarya bubble. He wants to get value from both the bubbles and stay in here and pressure for longer. So he goes in. They use the Zarya bubble. He's not instantly Winston bubbling. He's waiting until the Zarya bubble runs out, and then I think he's going to use Winston bubble. So yeah, as soon as the Zarya bubble's gone, he's using Winston bubble. And if we look here, he gets his jump cooldown and he gets out. And because this Echo is so hard focused on dealing with Yznsa, The Echo's not even aware that Winston's there. Because obviously, if Echo gives Yzin any space, Yzin is going to start taking positions like this, where he can start pressuring his family from these angles. And from here, his team is going to have more space on the map. Just an interesting side point there. How much space? And there, just one direct, that's all it takes. One damage boosted direct, and Cloudy comes in, finishes off, follows up on the damage on the direct. And there we go, the first point's wide open. Again, absolutely wonderful positioning here, like just playing above. And look at how he's zoning off this McCree. This McCree can't take any shots to him. He's choosing what duels he takes. He directed both there, and the splash damage was just insane. So yeah, you can see here how he's just zoning off this McCree. The McCree is going to have a tough time taking these 1v1s when Yzin is in positions like this. He's so good at using these rooftops to choose who he wants to take duels with. He knows when he can take a duel and when he can go in. Yeah, he knows he can just go aggro here because he has the pocket. McCree is relatively alone, so he just finishes him off. Okay, so the cap point, he's going to take left side here. Again, same as what he did on first point. We're seeing trends here and how he's playing. Just spamming from a distance, trying to put pressure on. The Echo pushes him, he uses concussion away. I expect him to play more defensively actually here than he is, because he has no concussion. But he is playing quite aggressive. I mean, he's playing aggressive because he knows he hits these shots, I guess. He knows he's confident in hitting these directs, so he's just playing aggressively. And I suppose this is the kind of confidence you have when you're so comfortable playing heroes, and so you're so comfortable hitting these directs that he just knows he's... Look at that. There was so much that happened just in that like 2-second clip. So he hits two directs. The the Mercy and Echo, they're like, nah, I don't want to take this 2v2. Like, Yzin's hitting directs. We're not winning this. Let's get out. So they decide to just leave. He hits a direct on Aussie. Then he hits the direct on Kinder. And the direct on Kinder kills Aussie. Echo uses clone to survive. Really nice boop combo there. Surprised that second shot didn't hit. Again, we see how he knows the safe spots he has on the map. He knows which safe spots he has. If he's playing as the Pharah here, and he decides to stay in this position, what's going to happen? He's going to get beamed down by this McCree. So he knows that he has to try and get to a position where he's avoiding the line of sight. So he uses the concussion to get the McCree out of a position where he can shoot him, and simultaneously uses it to boop the Ana, and predicts where the Ana is going to land and hits the shot. This second shot was so close to hitting too. Yeah, exactly, Kraken. He uses the concussion to not only expose the Ana, but also zone out the McCree from being able to shoot him. And from here, he buys enough time for his Mercy to come back. Oh, that was a huge sleep. Oh, he just executes the McCree. I think this might... Oh, he's looking for it. That was so close. Yep. So McCree's back now, so he needs to play more defensively. He's gonna struggle. Yeah, he's gonna really struggle to deal with the McCree there, because he had so many threats to deal with there, and he was frontlining. So, but honestly, he played that so well. He played that really well. It just took him a long time. The Echo stalled so long, and I think his team were also down quite a few people there. That was gonna be tough. That was really impressive, actually. He's so adept with his movement. His movement is incredible, actually. He's using the rooftops just to give him, like, keep his high ground. Keep the high ground position so he can float down. Just getting back faster. His team are all dead, so he's just going to reset here. Yeah. Again, we see he's taking left side. He does go for the boop onto A10. Oof. Again, he's just showing his dominance, hitting those directs. Showing Kinder that he can't take this 2v2. And look how scared Kinder is playing now. Just because of that pressure he's putting on with those directs. Let's go back a little bit here. So he takes left side. He's now coming in. Team 1 are using nano soldier. And if we look at the actual way that Team 1 have taken space here, this is really, really nicely done. So they're attacking from every single angle here. They're attacking from... Yznsa is coming on the flank here on the coast. I guess this isn't a coast. On this side, on the left side. He's putting pressure here. He's denying that side of the map. Sensitix, the soldier, and the Ana are coming out here with Nano Pharah. And Cloudy, I think, has just come through main. So they've kind of, like, denied all of the space on the map now. And if we look at which team has kind of control, Team 1 has an immense amount of control here. They have the Nano Visor on high ground. Sensitix is on here with the Zarya. And this is going to be very, very difficult now for Team 2 to retake this. Just because of the position that they have. The Yzsa comes in. I'm wondering how he knows where the McCree is, or if he's just not aware of where McCree is right there, and he's just going aggressive because I think he might have just been going aggressive because he knows his soldier's visoring, and he thinks he can take space there off the back of that. So they cap with 20 seconds to spare, meaning that Team 1 has an extra 20 seconds here. Both teams have at least a minute though. What's this VOD from? This is from Ranked.
Initiating match. Ready for battle. Ready for battle. Ich kümmere mich dich. I will not waste this opportunity.
So we're seeing a few changes here. Cloudy is on the Rhine. So they're all in now on holding this choke point. They're all in on holding the choke point with the Rhine. Rhine, Zarya, Baptiste, Mercy. No Ana now, which is interesting. So I'm not going to have the nano support for Yznsa for him to go aggressively. So we'll see how he plays this now. Team 2 looking like a very similar comp. Kinder on the Tracer now, rather than the Echo. He's actually choosing to take a different angle here. Rather than taking left side, he's experimenting with playing on the right side here. And I guess this also works in a really nice way too. Because he can deny anyone coming right side here. And obviously he can still do his job, which is to put a lot of pressure here with just damage to spam. So... Again, he's flying. Okay, he's switched over now. I wonder why. Just putting pressure here with spam. Really nice boop there, denying the Mercy. Mercy goes for the res. He instantly boops. He knows she's going to go for that res. Denies the res. And now the Ryan's just pushing forward. He wants to see if he can get some more kills here. See if the Team 2 is going to make mistakes, but it doesn't look like they're going to make any mistakes here. Again, just spamming, putting pressure here. Every single rocket here is additional pressure that Team 2 has to deal with. Look at that damage. He's 20 on barrage already. 10 on barrage. Again, let's look here. So this is similar to the situation we had before. We can see that Team 2 now have some momentum. They're pushing forward. They sent the Nano Winston in. IBTB is getting pressured. Tracer's in. Cloudy is doing his best to try and deny these people from walking through. And Yznsa is in a situation here where he has to make a decision. Does he want to go aggressive? Or does he just want to continue holding this position and kind of like seeing what's happening? He sees the McCrees come in. Wow, they just C9. Okay. I think he was also so close to killing the McCree there. So McCree's in. Again, he's using this corner of the dojo to just pressure and spam from here, which is really nice. And he's so close to killing this McCree. I actually think he was trying to get away from the corner here. But he missed his concussion. I'm not sure. Yeah, he was trying to get away from this position.
Score 4-4. Initiating. Ready for battle.
So his team now are in match point. They're in match point. If they cap one tick, they're gonna take the map. Let's see how he's gonna attack here.
I will not waste this opportunity.
So again, similar composition. They're running the BAP and Rhine again, and Team 2 have a very similar comp. McCree and Echo. Cloudy is in. Cloudy is in. So he sees his Rhinos go in. Oh my god. That's so nasty. Look at how effortless he makes this. It's 2 shots. He knows exactly where she's moving to. And he just hits those shots. So the Echo's already dead. He already has taken space. It seems to be a theme that Yznsa is always trying. He's not going frontline Pharah. He's trying to take flanks and control more positions on the side of the maps. And you know, he's confident taking this 1v1, right? Because he's got Mercy Pocket and damage boost. What does this poor Winston have? This Winston has absolutely nothing. He's zapping a Pharah that's getting pocketed. The only way he wins this 2v1 is if he gets on the Mercy, but that's nigh impossible. And so just because he's taking this position, he's killed the Echo. He's controlled this side of the map. He's pressured the Winston. The Winston has died to the pressure that he was putting on. And he's just created so much space here for the team. Again, he's playing on point. Really nice angle he's taking here. He's just avoiding. Making it difficult there with the boosters for this Zarya to get on him. Zarya has to touch right here, so... And this should be game over. Yeah, game over. Yznsa is incredible on the Pharah. He makes the movement look so fluid. The way he adjusts his playstyle based on what composition his team has and also what composition the enemy has is no small feat. It's not easy to do that. That takes hours and hours of practice and knowing how to play versus certain heroes to be able to do that. Like I said, his directs is so clean. The amount of pressure he applies with those rockets, whenever he hits the direct, that's the enemy. They're so afraid when they get hit with these directs. So every direct hit he lands is putting so much more pressure on his enemies. I had a lot of fun making this video. It's so much fun to watch him play the Pharah. He makes it look so easy, when in fact it's one of the hardest heroes to play, considering there's so many counters, hit scans, Zen discords, you name it. If you also did enjoy this video, you can leave me a comment letting me know which heroes you'd like to see next. as well as maybe liking the video and also subscribing to my channel. If you want to see this live, go ahead and go over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv, Hayes_Overwatch. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.